to you guys live and direct. Back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed one. You know, I stay blessed, no stress. And this is my confession. You know, this is how we move. But you know, you got to give all praise and glory to the Most High, Sunini Nanini, which is the Bantu language for I am that I am. Only name given to the children. Facts. It's time we get that back. And let these heathens die from their heart attacks. You heard? Word. But yo, man, what a week, right? So, you know, Kanye's all over the news. He's being blackballed. Says the world is the what you guys are witnessing is a reminder of who runs the world and the protection and how they remain a juggernaut, even for somebody that's worth supposedly billions of dollars. Yeah, right? So, you know me. You know I gotta talk that talk. So because of the situation, you know, I linked up with my mans today. Shout out to my son, Nice. You know what time it is. I purposely put it on on my Junes the Sabatine Facebook just so you can catch it. So when you hear what I'm saying, you know you can agree or disagree, or you be like, nah, that's what we was talking about. You know, because people be thinking I be just doing the most, right? Mr. Dramatics. That's what the Wiz tells me. But anyway, so he asked me how I felt about it. And I told him, I agree with Kanye. Not only do I agree, but I support him to that degree when it comes to exposing these heathens of their wickedness and exposing and showing the world who's the evil ones, who's the cause of everything. And all of that stems from this just one interview that this man did on Drink Champs. And they try to have you fall subject into paying attention to what he said about the crackhead George Floyd. Yes, he was a crackhead. We not gonna play these games. The man was taking fentanyl, and once you take a substance that's that you know is detrimental, you are a custody. Okay, let's get that clear, right? But what the society is in a frenzy for is what he said, mainly because they don't care what they say about colored people. We talk negative about each other every day. They don't give a damn about that. That's not their concern. It became a concern when he stated that the real anti-Semitic is you know what, and is being orchestrated and funded and cashed out by you know who. And ever since he said that and not being apologetic like Nori Cracker said, that's his new name. Your name is no longer Noriega. Your name is Nori Cracker. Because you're gonna nowadays normally comply to the cracker. That is you. Okay? No disrespect. No disrespect to the Caucasians. No, that it's just a metaphorical to let people know that son is just what you will call a modern day or certified Cooney. He's a Cooney Brasco. That's him, right? So everybody's in an outrage because of what Kanye said, right? And when my man's asked me, he said, "How do I feel?" Like I said, I support everything that man's saying when it's pertaining to these heathens and what they do, right? So we had our own different opinions, whatsoever, whatever. You know, he's gonna stand on what he stand on. I'm gonna stand what I stand on. You know what I'm saying? This is what men do. We agree to disagree. That's just what it is, right? But he said one thing to me because the conversation led to doing for the community, right? And then he said that The hood is so jacked up, like you will be wasting your time to try to fix a place that's messed up and doesn't want to get fixed. And he said, and then he said, the biggest problem that we have is we always looking for outside resources to provide aid for us when we don't even do the eternal fixing, the eternal analyzing before desiring support or desiring that or feel entitled that these people should be helping, right? Look what happened to Nipsey Hussle. He said, look at Pop Smoke. He said, look at all these individuals who's in the hood, you know, trying to do good and take care of people and provide jobs. They out of here. So then, so then I asked them. So then I asked him, I said, so what are we supposed to do as you know, as colored people? So we just not just do nothing and just stay focused on, just being a father, being a husband, being a wife, being a child. So we just focus on that and not worry about nothing else. He said, listen, as long as we not taking care of ourselves, what's the purpose? What's the point? So I'm driving back. Now I did my little workout. Now I'm driving back to the hood in the car. I'm just thinking about this conversation all day. And then I said, wow, is he right? So we just worry about ourselves and not worry about nobody else. Because like I said before, you seen what happened to Nipsey. You seen what happened to other colored people that literally try to get back and help. And he said something too. He said, you coming back and trying to help. You're trying to come back and help people that's ignorant, that don't see nothing, that's ignorant, that's envy, that got hatred, that have no loyalty, no trust. And I said, you know what? I said, you're right. But that's the black culture. That's what it is. That's what's promoted. There's no teachings of everything that was just mentioned, right? So then I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about it. And then he said that. And then I'm like, well, what would God do? What would the Father do? What would our Savior do? Would he do the same exact thing that the bro was saying? I absolutely not. And as for me, would I just abandon our people and just stay focused on mine? No, no, no. I can't do that. There's plenty of reasons. For one, these are my people. For two, they suffering from curses. And for three, which is to me the most ultimate one, if we don't try to make a change, these lunatics or these broken down children coming from broken homes or whatever the problem may be are going to be around my children, which one day will end up bringing the drama that I'm so focused into not care about, knock on my front door. And then when that happens, it's going to be already too late to try to fix something. You feel me? The damage is already done. It's already here. So what can you actually fix when you're not doing nothing? And I get it. And like I try to tell the bro, I understand that you can't save everybody. I know that. I know that a lot of our people look forward into being slaves. It's adamant on doing nothing. There's the people. But those individuals, all the individuals I stay away from. There's individuals that's like me, that's in the hood, that really wants to really wants to better their community, that really wants to better themselves, that really wants to get out of the headache. And those are the people that I want to reach. At the end of the day, these are the ones that I do this for. Now, if what I'm saying falls on deaf ears or it falls on somebody's lap that's on their transition or seeking answers, then let that be from the Most High. And if He does that, all praises go to Him. But for me, as a man that's a product of my environment, as a man that contribute to the destruction of my environment, I'm entitled to fix that. It's a responsibility. You got to fix that. And then, like I told the brother, like I told the bro, I said, listen, you see us sitting back and allowing these people to navigate our lives, our thoughts, our beliefs. You now are seeing communities being infested with transgenderism. You're seeing our community being, you see, it's not even the community. You're seeing children being taught this in school. You're seeing these devils come into your community, walk up and down your street, right in front of your children, go to your school, teach this to your children, right in front of you. All of this is transpiring while we sit back and allow these people to navigate our lives. See, when I said that to him, he was like, "Yo, bro, no, listen. Now we have a level of agreement. We have a level of understanding when it comes to that." But I'm like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. These people are working day in, day out to not only keep us confused, but also in preparation for destruction. Let's not act like this is not real. Let's not act like this is not real. And this is why I stand on what Kanye is saying. Because when you sit back and you pay attention, who's the one that owns the TV shows, the TV programs? Who owns it? Who owns the TV cables? It's not us. Who determines what get played on the radio? It's not us. Who determines what movies make it into the movie screens? It's not us. It's not us. Who's promoting and funding these rappers that talk about drug taking, popping pills, disrespecting women, shooting, playing with guns? Who promotes this? So when he says what he says, I have to stand for that because this is what I've been saying. And somebody in his magnitude with his supposed power, this is the work of God. And I get it. Yes. I get it. Coming back trying to save a bunch of people that don't want to be saved. I get that. I understand that. I get it. They did my son, they did Nipsey Hussle wrong. I get that. I get that. But at the same time, we got to hold ourselves accountable. Like you said, we got to hold ourselves accountable. We got to want the change. The community is not going to change from no outside resources. I say this all the time. Anybody that been following my podcast know exactly what I'm saying. I say this all the time. If you're looking for outside help, these heathens will never invest. That's just a global thing. Let's not even call it a global thing. That's just humanity. I'm no man with common sense is going to invest his hard-earned money into a project that is known to fail, that is shown to fail. And we are a project compared to these people. That's why they put you in the projects. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. These people see you differently, man. You consider goyim. You are a cattle. You are a animal. You have no rights. You 3/3 of a human beings. This was a law put in place before the slaves were even set free. Let them know who they are. 3/4 of a man. That means it takes 3 people, the minimum of 3 people, just for you to be considered as a man. So it's gonna take me, then my son, and then my son. It's going to take 3 individuals for us to be considered for my last name, for my bloodline, for my stock, who I am, where I come from, to be even considered equal or even considered a conversation. Oh, wait, let's not mention that those 3 people got to be doing something productive. You can't just be a foo-foo just chilling in the crib doing nothing. Can't be cuckoo, right? So I get that. So yes, we definitely gotta fix ourselves because the outside sources is not doing that. But the problem is how do you fix something when everything that's being pushed upon us is negative, it's ignorant, it's violent, savagery, peasantry? How? How do you combat that energy? How do I say this is how we gotta move, y'all? When it's only one of me saying that, and there's 50,000 of others literally promoting everything I just mentioned. How? So then the problem is really not within us. The problem is with these handlers that's directing us, that's guiding us into a path of destruction. Come on now. Why can't I get Lauryn Hill? Why do why do I get Cardi B? Why can't I get Black Thoughts? Why can I not get that? But you give me Future. Why can I not get Lupe Fiasco? Why can't I get that? But you give me Lil Durk. Why can't I get anything productive, but you give me something else? And then you expect me to then comply and conform into your rules and regulations. And when everything that you're giving me is nothing but negativity, bro. But yet you want me to think positive and be positive. That's a contradiction in itself. How do you overcome that? See the problem with us is we see the issues. We see the issues. But when we see it, we point the fingers and say things like, yo, you gotta want to help yourself first in order for me to help you. But if but if you but if you want me to see it in that way, we also gotta see it all across the board. What made that person so lazy? Because when a child is born with nothing but energy and got, he want to do things, he want to experiment, he want to try things. Something happened for that person to say, let me sit down and watch TV. Something had happened when I say, let me sit down and be on my phone all day. Something has to happen. Matter of fact, something has to happen when I then see myself having conversation and communication amongst my brothers and sisters with a level of ignorance by cursing. These young children nowadays can't even hold a decent conversation without using profanity. These children, you should see the educational aspect of these children nowadays, where they can't even conduct proper grammar, even when speaking to their professors, to their parents. So then you got to ask yourself, who made them this way? We can't keep blaming the parents. Man, it's the parents' fault. Why was the mother there? Why wasn't the father there? Why is he in a broken house? Why he's this? Why he's that? But nobody don't blame, okay, why is the mother in a single parent household? Why? Why? Because the mother and the husband don't get along because society tells women that you don't got to respect a man. Society tells men that you don't have to honor your woman. You could do whatever you want to do. Slap it, she gets pregnant, doesn't matter. You go on to the next. This is what's being promoted. This is what's being promoted. Am I lying for saying what I'm saying? This is the facts. So I can't get mad at the parents that got to deal with these circumstances. We are all suffering from these curses, people. This is a fact. Is it the parents' fault that she has a child and the living expenses is so high that she got to do a double, and that young man can't? The young man got to stay home and what? He can't go outside because mommy's like, listen, stay here. We all had this conversation. Don't go outside. Here's some money. Order you some food. Watch TV. Play video games. Do whatever. So then that child stay glued in for 30, 40 minutes to an hour, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. Sometimes the whole 8 hours, they just glued into a TV screen. What you think that child is being taught? Is it really the parent's fault? When the parent can't be there, when the parent has to go to work and take care of her, she got to take care of the responsibilities. Is it the man's fault that society tells women to don't value women? Women are just sex objects. So if this is what we being fed every single day, I turn on the radio, that's what I'm hearing. I put on the TV, that's what I'm seeing every single day. What you think is going to happen? The question that you got to ask yourself is, who's handling this? Who is allowing this to be in our face 24 hours, 7 days a week? Who's allowing this? So then you can't get upset, or you can't say, just leave the hood, man, leave it alone. I can't do that because I know that they're suffering because of people, because of a particular people that's causing our people to suffer. I can't do that because if I do that, then I'm acceptance. I'm literally forfeiting and saying, I'm waving the white flag. You got it, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to comply. Yes, just don't hurt me. And then nah, worry about you. Yeah, I'm so focused on me. I'm loving me. I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of my children. My children's taking care of themselves. Everybody's worrying about themselves. But we forgetting that we got to be in the same environment with the same people that we are programming to not care about. You think parents that's getting hit with straight bullets, you think they was out there looking for the drama? They probably was trying to go to work and hear the person hit with a straight bullet. How about those that's hit by a car? Because the person that was in the car is drunk, or he's mad, or he's in a rush to get to the bag or do whatever. He didn't see, he hit that person. Whose fault is that? Who taught that person? Who made that person believe that he had to be there on time? I got to get to the bag. I got to do this. These are taught behaviors. These are taught behaviors. So you can't get mad, people. I can never get mad. That's why, like I said, like I told my bro, this is why I support Kanye. Do I agree with a lot of things that he do? Absolutely not. But how do you agree with somebody who's playing the devil's game? You sell your soul to the devil, so I already know. That's like DMX. DMX made great music. I love X. X was a major part of my childhood. But at the same time, I already know the side he's on. Because let's not act like DMX music wasn't violent. Let's not act like brothers didn't go riding out playing DMX. Let's not act like DMX music didn't let you get turned up like you was ready to fight and hurt somebody. Let's not act that way. But why DMX had to make that type of music? Because if you think DMX came out telling kid stories, for 99 bottles of beer is on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one X, you no disrespect. 99 bottles. You think if he came out with that, you think people would have supported that? You think the funders would have pushed that? Absolutely not. Oh, you want to make some money? What kind of music? Let me hear your music. Oh, trash. You know, you know how many brothers that I know that took that came into the game with the positive and was rejected, was blackballed, was like, nah, we're not trying to listen to that. But the minute they switched their style and became more ignorant, they got an ear. They say, oh, we could work with this. Let's not act like this ain't true. So of course, what the brother said, I'm gonna stand on that. Of course, when Kanye say what he says, I'm gonna stand on that. I'm like, and I say little things like this. I take it up a notch. I keep it simple. How about the brothers that get no penalty for disrespecting each other? Listen, the only time, these are the three things that get you hit: shadow ban, locked up, have a strike, page taken down. These are the three things that you aren't allowed to do. You're not allowed to talk about any agenda that these heathens, aka the government, is doing. You can't talk about that. You can't talk about anything of LGBTQ. You can't talk about that. Talk about that, taking you down. Strike. 3 weeks, 4 months, permanently destroyed. Can't talk about that. That's two. And the last and final one, which you guys are witnessing right now, is you can't talk about these Khazars. You can't say nothing about these Jewish people. So these are the three people that has a universal protection that you cannot violate. But for you, oh, we can make a video right now, shoot them up, bang, bang. For you, oh, we can make a video right now with a girl sliding down a pole. You can make a video right now with a woman on Instagram walking, showing her booty. It's all about sex and lust when it comes for you. But when you talk about those three things, oh, you're shadow banned. You're going against community guidelines. You must give a public apology. This is I guarantee you, if Kanye goes on national TV and say, "I'm sorry, guys," they're gonna be like, not only are you gotta say sorry, but you gotta say sorry in front of us, like a straight puppet. Same thing that they did. Same thing that they did to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon had to give an open apology. They had to bring a Khazar to his show and sit down amongst you guys and say, "Yes, yes, you right, you right. I'm sorry, you right, you right, you right. Yeah, we all God's chosen." Ah, my jeez. So yeah. So for me, nah, I'm never gonna give up on a hug because I already know that not too many's gonna follow. But those are not who I'm after. Not after that. I'm after, and my mission, because he asked me what was my end results. My mission is to awaken my people, to let them cleave onto their power, which is the Father. Sunini Nanini, call on that name, all of us together, and allow him to guide us back to our homeland. And from there, allow us to take all these heathens off our homeland, especially at the Holy Land, which is in South Africa. Especially there. Are you dumb? That's my mission. And I'm going to stand on that till I'm gone. I don't need none of this. The only thing I care for is salvation for my people. I come on these things every day trying to denounce brothers and sisters from anything that's pertaining to these heathens and their teachings. I tell my brothers it's time to step away from Christianity. You better leave that Islam. You better say, Israelite, this is a dub. You better say that. All of these things is orchestrated and funded and run by these heathens. And as long as you're under that which they control, you are in submission to them, and you will never be set free of this land. No matter how much commandments you know, no matter how much precepts you could put together, no matter how much names in Hebrew you can speak, as long as you on that type of time, you will never, and I repeat, never be set free. Because like Christ said, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. But the problem is a lot of you guys don't want to be set free. A lot of you guys like being a slave. A lot of you guys is aware of who you are color-wise. But your customs and your traditions is still in the ways of the heathens. And this is why the Exodus still hasn't happened. As much people I know keep the commandments. You can go on Instagram right now. Right now. I could go on YouTube right now and show you how much pages, how much people is following this so-called Israelite movement, and yet nothing is being done. Oh yeah, wait, we gonna wait for Christ to come. Yeah, that's what. Don't that sound that waiting for Christ to come is just as bad as waiting for the rapture. Christ said the kingdom is not by observation. The kingdom is within you. You have to do the work. Christ must come back to a nation. Christ is not coming back for a division. He's coming back for a nation. A nation. You think he's gonna pull up and see. So this guy's on the corner. He's wearing red. That one is on the corner. He's wearing black. This one got fringes on. That one don't have nothing on. This one is calling on that name. That one is calling on that name. They can't even come together and go to the store and buy a bagel and coffee for each other. But yet, our Savior is supposed to come. Meanwhile, the people, the handlers that, that's running the world, they may agree to disagree. But one thing they all agree on is to keep you in a level of confusion, lying, sinning, breaking every law. Psalms 83, that's it. That's their